Hi everybody, it's your old pal Robert from ThrillRide.com. How you doing? So that incredible building you see behind me houses the Petersen Automotive Museum. It's one of my favorite museums in Los Angeles. I've been here a couple times before. It is loaded with just some of the most amazing, beautiful, and rare pieces of vehicular art. And downstairs they have something called the Vault, which is a separate collection of rare and unique automobiles, and I've never seen it. Today is the first time I'm going to get to check out the Vault, so I'm very excited about that. And as you can see, got a haircut, fully vaccinated, 2 weeks out from my second Pfizer jab. Museums are opening up, so starting to feel like we're inching our way back to normal. That's very exciting. So anyway, let's go take a look at some amazing cars. Yeah, right here, just before the museum entrance, there are these two custom Hummers with these amazing kind of snowcat treads that were designed to show you could reach the southern tip of the planet without using a single drop of fossil fuel. Yeah, sweet. I like they were trundling around in the snow in one of these. All right, we're just through the check-in process. Very controlled. It's still requiring masks indoors, but that's okay. And in this lobby there are already some stunning autos to check out. So gorgeous. This is something called a 2008 Spiker. Yeah, I'll take one. All right, there's a fantastic exhibit here. Hollywood Dream Machines, vehicles of science fiction and fantasy. And of course, you can't talk about science fiction vehicles without talking about the Tron light cycle. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's pretty beautiful. And by the way, I hope you all are looking forward to the Tron light cycle power run that's coming to Disney World. I had a chance to experience that at Shanghai Disneyland. It is freaking amazing. So beautiful. I hope somebody makes this thing real someday. I want to own and ride this. So I've never seen the 2011 film Priest, but apparently the title character, some sort of warrior in a post-apocalyptic world, got to drive around on this incredible bike. Yeah. It's making me very much want to seek out this film. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And there he is, good old Bumblebee. And yeah, if you haven't seen that last of the Transformers movies, do recommend it. It's really good and completely different from the Michael Bay Transformer movie, so check that out. Well, this super sleek beauty was designed and featured in Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange film. One of my favorite films of all time. I've seen it many, many times. Read the novel, and I'm going to need to go back and rewatch because I think this only made a brief appearance, but man, yeah, that is very sexy. All right, here's a gorgeous Lexus that was featured in Black Panther, amazing Marvel film, and you can see remnants of some battle damage in the fuselage. Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, even around the back, more scarring. That's great. And man, I just love that color. Oh, that is a rich, beautiful cobalt blue. Well, it's not the original full-size vehicle, but here's a model of the truck that was driven cross-country in Damnation Alley, of a late 70s environmental eco-disaster film. George Papard, Jan Michael Vincent, yeah, fun film. Oh, and here are a whole bunch of vehicle design studies for Mad Max Fury Road. And apparently development was started on all this concept art in 1997. Just a reminder how long that film was in pre-production. Yeah, sadly I have no idea what this vehicle is. It looks to be some sort of I don't know, device for speeding over land, perhaps. Yeah, there it is. That's the iconic vehicle from Star Wars A New Hope. No true nerd would not recognize this. Well, this pair of vehicles, this flying thing, which is apparently called the Wasp, and this customized Cadillac, appeared in Michael Bay's The Island, which didn't do so well. Not bad, actually. Has a couple of pretty awesome action sequences, and, you know, Scarlett Johansson, so it's worth your time. And here's a Lexus customized to appear in Steven Spielberg's Minority Report. Another absolutely fantastic science fiction film, and one of his and Tom Cruise's best, I think. I'm not sure it gets the full recognition it deserves. Brilliant movie and visually stunning. Oh, this is great. Another Minority Report vehicle, but an open-air coupe. Yeah. I know these things are designed to look of another era, but why can't we have this now? I want this. Look at those cool little wing-like spoilers on the rear. Yeah, that's beautiful. And here is yet another Minority Report vehicle, yet another fine Lexus product. And this is one of those autopiloted maglev cars that can run on highways and up the side of buildings to take you point to point. Oh man, yeah, if we ever do get that technology for a personal transport, I hope they look something like this. And here's a vehicle from another one of the greatest films ever made, Blade Runner. Such a masterful piece of cinematic work, and Sid Mead's designs were they just changed the look and feel of movies forever. So great. And almost as impressive a work is the sequel, Blade Runner 2049. Really love that. And here's a tuk-tuk taxi. Here's another Blade Runner vehicle called the Everyman car, and it is credited to both Sid Mead and Gene Winfield. So I wouldn't want to not give credit where credit is due when it comes to the vehicular design. So again, well done to both of you. All right, here's a police spinner from Blade Runner 2049. And this vehicle was designed by Dan Walker and Dennis Gassner. Yeah, they really picked up the design cues from the original Blade Runner and gave it their own awesome spin. Look at that. Oh yeah. Get inside a quick look at the inner workings and all the technology a Blade Runner from 2049 would need. Or at least a cop. And there's Deckard sedan from the original Blade Runner. Another one credited solely to Sid Mead. Yeah. Well, here we are looking at a Moto Terminator from Terminator Salvation. Now, people who know me know I'm a giant Terminator fan. And I think the first and second one are straight up masterpieces. I actually like the third one a lot. I think it's a worthy sequel. Salvation? Not so much. But the vehicles are great. I love this thing. All right, this is the Biker Hound motorcycle from Steven Spielberg's AI, Artificial Intelligence. Not necessarily one of the favorites of his oeuvre for me, but a lot of great art direction, that's for sure. Yeah, here are a couple more vehicles from AI. Got some ground-based car, and then this pretty slick looking police helicopter. Yeah, can't have a car museum without at least some Batman stuff in here. And we got the Batman and Robin cycle from the original series and Batman the movie in the late 60s. Just so great. You can see here too, Robin's little sidecar could actually detach and race along on its own. I'm always going to prefer the original TV series Batmobile, but these Tim Burton iterations are also mighty fine. Yeah, the first time I remember seeing the trailer for Batman 1989 and the first reveal of the Batmobile, yeah, the theater freaked out very happily. All right, there you go. It's the Mongrel T Joker Mobile from the original series. And I love these kind of don't know what you call those parking lights, but clearly a vehicle that's been codged together from a lot of disparate parts. Yeah, very cool. But here she is. Oh yeah, the first and the greatest. A George Barris rolling piece of sculpture. So lovely. And the black with the red trim. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, so great. Yep, they got the phone and everything in there. That is legit. So fantastic. These 3 raised exhaust pipes. And then the giant jet exhaust in the back. Oh man. When I win the big Powerball lottery, I'm commissioning a my own version. And of course, give a lot of props to Nolan's Tumbler Batmobiles, which I haven't seen here, but they do have this pretty kick-ass Bat Cycle that was featured in The Dark Knight, I believe. All right, and right off the science fiction car exhibit is this lovely little space dedicated to celebrating 90 years of Pininfarina, the legendary coach builders who worked for many of the famous automotive manufacturers around the world. Yeah. Oh, I love the color and the sleek shape of this coupe. And can we get white wall tires back? I know they kind of fell out of fashion, but they're kind of cool. That is a beautiful grille. You can see on the wall behind this car, it's a pretty descriptive timeline of everything the company has accomplished over its 9 decades of work. And here's the Dino Berlinetta prototype that Pininfarina created for Ferrari. Yeah, that's timeless. Timeless beauty right there. And now we're stepping into modern times here with the 2019 Automobili Pininfarina Battista design model. This is a hypercar powered by a 4-motor electric drive system linked to a liquid-cooled 120 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack. Wow. 310-mile range, 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. Good God. And a limited run of 150 units will be built. Just about to head into the vault. Very excited about that, but on the way to the entrance, just at the foot of the stairwell, they got a little fun display of old gas pumps. All right, here it is, the vault, presented by Haggard. Very cool.
So right here, actually, we got a QR code you can scan, and that's going to provide you an audio tour.
Okay, cool.
We got a Michelin man here. You can say hey.
Hey there, buddy. Okay, so I was just informed that they don't really like a whole lot of extensive photography in here, so I'm just going to show a few selected highlights, but you can see this truly looks like a vault, an old underground parking structure, and it's a private collection of at least a couple of 100 vehicles down here. Look at those headlights. Oh, and I'm definitely digging that purple lavender color scheme. Yeah, if you're a car fan and a Disney fan, you know what this bug is. I'm not going to tell you, but I love seeing it here. And just a couple of slots over, another one of my favorite cars of all time, the Mach 5, baby. Oh yeah. I think this is kit, but it's hard to tell without the nose light in operation. I love this race car that is still covered with the winner circle confetti. That's really slick. Look at that, a DeLorean painted gold. That is a first for me. Oh wow, here's a legendary Tucker with the center headlight that would turn in the direction that the driver was steering the wheel. If you've never seen Tucker, A Man in His Dream, Francis Ford Coppola starring Jeff Bridges, absolutely incredible film. Yeah, so again, it's a $20 upcharge to come down to the vault, but if you are a fan of cars of every stripe, and a couple of the cool Hollywood cars too, spend the money, come on down. So, coming out of the vault, I did what the museum curators recommend, which is to come to the top floor and then work your way down. And so here on the 3rd floor is an exhibit dedicated to supercars. And this is very near and dear to my heart because right here at the start is a Lamborghini Countach. And this beauty was the gateway drug to my love for very cool cars. I know its super angular look is kind of dated, but I still think it's just sculpture on wheels. And I'll take two, please. One in white and one in red. Look at that. The first practical car, 1886 Benz. Patented motor wagon. Oh, it's a replica. Okay. Carl Benz patent motor wagon is regarded as the first practical self-propelled vehicle. It was powered by a petroleum-fueled 4-stroke internal combustion engine and had 3 steel-spoke wheels with solid rubber tires. All right, well, it may not look it, but this 1913 Mercer Type 35J raceabout is considered one of America's first sports cars. Look at that. Oh, I love those wood-spoke wheels. When I was a kid, I had a little battery or electric-powered Stutz Bearcat car, and this feels kind of reminiscent of that. Oh, I missed that thing. It was fun. Look at that, from 1904. This FN was the world's first quantity-produced motorcycle with 4 cylinders, a revolutionary engine configuration for the time. It was a 1924 Mercedes, and look at that very triangular grille. I've never seen a design like that before, and those massive headlights. And here we have a stunning 1933 Duesenberg Convertible. I tell you, they keep these cars in beyond showroom condition. Everything just gleams. Oh yeah. Yeah, these things get a lot of tender loving care in here. So this is a 1938 Della Type 145 Coupe. And between the really bold 2-color scheme, a kind of midnight blue and kind of a burgundy, I love the row of I don't know what you call those, kind of cooling vents in the hood. Well, unfortunately the doors aren't open, but this is the Mercedes-Benz Gullwing, another really seminal design in automotive history, and a car I also hope to possess one day. All right, this is a Jaguar XKSS, and if it looks a little more muscular than your typical Jaguar, that's because it's based on the Jaguar Type D racing car design, and this particular model was once owned by Steve McQueen. And for all you Ford fans out there, here's a Shelby Cobra 427, and another really beautiful metallic blue. Look at that bad boy. Oh yeah. It's kind of cool. It looks like somebody has signed the front of the glove compartment. I can't quite make out who that is, but it looks like we got Shelby's signature on there. Nice. All right, starting to move into more contemporary times. This is the 1968 Lamborghini Muria P400. Top speed 174 miles per hour. Yeah, that's supercar status right there. I love this, the 1974 Lancia Stratos. A lot of really beautiful design features, including that one big sweeping windshield wiper. And look at the spoiler over the top of the rear of the passenger compartment. Interesting. Now this looks a little more like an Italian sports car, but this is the BMW M1. They really kind of went for broke with the aggressive design on this car. Yeah. There's a Car and Driver magazine cover on the back wall, and they described it as the Bavarian Wonder Wedge. And this is the 1989 Ferrari Testa Rosa, another car that stoked my passion for great automotive design. And of course, part of that is due to the iconically massive strakes on the side of the door and the rear fascia that help cool the engine. And of course, Testa Rosa is Italian for redhead, due to the red valve covers in the engine. And as a redhead myself, I feel a personal connection to this this mark. I'm not really a Porsche guy, but you can't deny the cultural impact this brand has had on automotive history, and this They call this the Yellow Bird. And here in the back, it's got that distinctive whale tail kind of spoiler, and I think it's a partly there to help cool the engine. I'm not sure, but when you see this car, you know it's a Porsche. I'm sorry, Porsche. It's 2 syllables, right? Porsche. I remember this supercar brand, the Vector. Remember when it was announced? Very excited about it. Really aggressive, bold design styling with a twin turbo V8 engine. Oh yeah, it's too bad this didn't really seem to catch on, because I mean, it is a one-of-a-kind looking vehicle. So great. Look at this 2003 Saline, that massive rear spoiler, and if it looks like it's built for speed, it certainly is. 550 horsepower and 220 mile/hour top speed. Maserati is another mark I'm not super familiar with, but this 2005 MC12 is ridiculous. I mean, you wouldn't have to do much to this and just call it another Batmobile. Super cool. Here we got a 2003 Lamborghini Murcielago, and pardon me for butchering that name, but along with being a gorgeous car, this was driven in Fate of the Furious in 2017. All right, here we got a pretty impressive trio of Ferraris, starting with the 1984 S12 BBI. And back here an F40. Not sure what the year on this is. Let's see what it says. 1991. And then just past it, the 2004 Enzo. All in that lush, rich, distinctive Ferrari red. I mean, it just screams, give me a ticket, but man, that is beautiful. This is a quite beautiful, metallic, almost butterscotchish looking color. And it's a 1969 Mclaren M6 GT. Very much a car built for racing. And why there are these stuffed animals on the back, and why there are tennis balls in those outlets in the engine, I have no idea. All right, now we're on the second floor, and right across there you can see the Rob and Milani Walton Discovery Center, which seems to have a Pixar Cars related gallery. Unfortunately, that is closed. There's a neat thing in the wall there on the right, which talks about the color scripts that are used to convey kind of the emotional tone visually of a movie, and they've got some panels that were used for, it looks like, some of the Cars movies. So this is pretty cool. This was one of the first supercars built in the modern era by Bugatti, which had stopped producing cars in the 1960s. And so this car was the first new Bugatti created in quite a few decades. And of course, they're still making amazingly expensive, amazingly rare, and amazingly fast hypercars. So here is one of the more modern Bugatti supercars, the Veyron. And I might have a couple of quibbles with the styling here. Not necessarily my favorite, but if somebody wanted to gift one of these to me, I would gladly accept it. It is blisteringly powerful. And certainly captures attention on the road. Yeah, look at that beast. Yeah, if raw power and speed is your thing, this bad boy runs on a 1,001 horsepower and can achieve a top speed of 253 miles an hour. That is a rocket sled. So Volkswagen is working on a new series of electronic vehicles called ID. And they're basing them all on something they call the Modular Electric Drive Kit, so that the family of vehicles can all share the same basic platform and I guess drivetrain. And they have this exhibit here showing how the different body styles will all settle onto the same chassis and engine configuration. And it looks like they've got battery powered motors in the front and the rear. I'm seeing that. Yeah, neat. All right, and this is apparently one of the first vehicles in this new Volkswagen ID line, the 2021 Volkswagen ID4 first edition. And yeah, rear motor with 201 horsepower and can achieve a top speed of 99 miles an hour. Not too shabby. And here's another vehicle that looks more like a spaceship than a car. A 2016 electric hypercar proposal from Faraday. And yeah, I am really grooving on this styling. Oh man, look at this thing. Coming around the back. Oh, wow. If you showed me a picture of this straight from the back, again, I'm like, fighter jet, not car. But lest we think that electric vehicles are some modern innovation, check this out. A 1915 Detroit Electric, that was the name of the company that produced it. The Model 61 Brougham, 1915. Amazing. Here is a 1963 Henny Kilowatt, an electric conversion. And over here, this adorable little 1960 electric shopper. Wow, designed as economical transport for urban errands, the fiberglass-bodied electric shopper was produced by the Electric Car Company of California. Had manufactured electric vehicles since the 1950s. All right, well, this looks like a cartoon character, but it is actually something called a personal transport pod, developed by Mike Corbin. Corbin motorcycle seats and accessories. With its single seat, low weight, and three-wheel construction, the Sparrow could be registered as a motorcycle, allowing it to be parked in motorcycle parking spaces and driven in HOV lanes on the California freeways. I don't know if I've had the nerve to drive this on the California freeways. And if you want to do some serious off-roading, but keep to zero emissions, this thing's got you covered. A 2020 Bollinger, I believe, a prototype vehicle. But I've never seen so many straight edges and hard right angles on a truck. That is not designed to flow through the wind. That is designed to punch through it. All right, so this is a little section devoted to extreme conditions and vehicles designed for off-roading on rather uneven terrain. Nice. All right, here's an off-road vehicle called Goldie Rocks, owned by Jessie Combs, known as the fastest woman on four wheels. She was an off-road racer, a welder, fabricator, and TV personality. Cool. And then over here, the Volkswagen Baja Bug, quintessential desert racers and one of the first types of bona fide vehicles created for this purpose. Nice. And this is very peculiar to see a Porsche designed for off-road racing. Kind of gives it a very strange, hulked up look. The Desert Flyer was built in 2017 for the 50th anniversary of the original Nora Mexican 1000. All right, this is another vehicle concept I've never seen before. Super cool. The Dodge Power Wagon. And what makes it distinctive is that the front and rear chassis can move independently. So if you're going over incredibly uneven terrain, this thing can handle it like a mountain goat. Look at that. That's kind of ingenious. And along with it, really cool metallic lime paint job. This 1958 Jeep that's been outfitted with these kind of rubber tracks instead of wheels. Very slick. All right, here's the Snorton Norton. A 1970 Chevrolet Nova designed for off-road use. And look at the ground clearance on that. That's a tall ride. All right, this is something I wasn't expecting. The Reclaimed Rust James Hetfield collection. So James Hetfield, famous for his participation in Metallica, has been a big automotive enthusiast. And apparently he has been designing custom car ideas since the early 2000s. Awesome. Check this out. Yeah, Mr. Hetfield, I like what you're doing with your spare time. This is sweet. The 2011 Bad Seed JHX electric guitar, paired with this remarkable one-of-a-kind vehicle. Sweet. This purple beauty based on a 1956 Ford pickup truck. And yeah, it's definitely a work of art. Love the white leather interior. Let's come around and check out this custom grille. Oh, beautiful. Oh, man. I love the dual angled headlamps. Alright, here's a car based on a 1936 Auburn boat-tail Speedster. And I kind of just want to hire Mr. Hetfield to start a new car company so we can mass produce these things. I guess that would kind of undermine the whole purpose of having a one-of-a-kind car, but look at that. Oh, what joy it would give me to see a fleet of these driving down the road someday. Especially if I was sitting in one of those vehicles. Are you freaking kidding me? Just take my money. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless right now. Wow. Oh yeah. If the rock and roll thing just gets old, I hope he continues to do this full time. He definitely has an eye for this kind of work that I appreciate. All right, here's a car called the Crimson Ghost. Just inspired by mobster vehicles from 30s and 40s. And one detail on this thing that I am blown away by, these kind of inverted teardrop shaped headlamp lenses. Wow. That's a pretty cool distinctive feature. Oh, the lust is strong. I think I'd want to own this car just for the name alone. The Voodoo Priest. Yeah. Suitably candy apple, demonic red. Oh, right. And it also has kind of that inverted teardrop headlights and another grille that I want to take home and hang on my wall. Oh, yeah. But boy, this thing is just loaded with gorgeous, sensual curves. Here's a car he calls the Blackjack, based on a 1932 Ford Roadster, inspired by the hot rods of the 50s and 60s. Interesting, a little more kind of conventional in design, but just beautifully executed. Behold the Skyscraper, based on a 1953 Buick Skylark. Oh, wow, that pearlescent light lavender paint job is pretty rad, and they managed to paint a guitar and amp in similar colors. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. And this little design detail right here, that little air intake, oh man, that is lovely. And though it's entirely unrelated to the Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise, this stunner, the Black Pearl, was built on a 1948 Jaguar chassis, but apparently the body itself is completely new. Not a single existing part was repurposed. All aluminum and in this black and gold treatment. Wow. Yeah, that is aerodynamic and super elegant vehicle. And wow, coming on here to the front, I love the black and gold grille. Yeah, he definitely wanted to capture a lot of the Art Deco style, and nailed it. So jealous. Well, I sure learned something new about James Hetfield today. Guy is a freaking genius. General Motors, Ferrari, I don't know who you need to talk to, but we got to get some paid work for you in this field. And just be warned, they have a gift shop here. It's basically a vacuum cleaner that attaches to your wallet, so enter with caution. All right, I think that's going to bring this one to a close. So thanks for coming along, and if you are a fan of autos and you're in Los Angeles, you got to make time for this museum. It really is one of a kind. And again, a little sorry that the vault does not allow extensive photography, but very grateful they did let me take a few shots here and there. And vehicles in that collection do rotate upstairs into the main collection on occasion, so you will get a chance to see some of those things without going into the vault itself. But if you do want to drop the extra 20 bucks, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of other amazing treats hidden down there. But yeah, thanks for coming along, and we will catch you in the next one.